Baker Mayfield already playing for his job tonight?
I think he absolutely is, man. I think he is. Baker Mayfield came into the NFL with major expectations. Heisman Trophy winner at the University of Oklahoma. Remember, I was a college football analyst, studied Baker thoroughly. He was a beast. Yeah. Confidence, accurate, poised, team leader. Then he gets to the NFL, and none of those adjectives seem to continue to describe Baker Mayfield. He's regressing in each and every season. First year was good for Brown standards. Let's not act like his first year was amazing.
Great point.
But his first year for Brown standards, it was very good. We applauded Baker for that. But then the second year, he has more interceptions. He has less touchdowns. His completion percentage declines. The real reason I think Baker is playing for his job, Baker's going down on a sinking boat. And he is sinking the boat as the captain. And he is taking everybody down with him. If I'm the Cleveland Browns owner, Jimmy Haslam, I'm thinking, I can't sit here and let Baker completely let this ship sink. Jimmy Haslam has been trying to redo things since he took over in 2012. But remember, you got in another new head coach in Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski, he's supposed to be a play-action pass guru. Right. That's where Baker Mayfield was supposed to thrive. We haven't seen him thrive. He's started 30 games now. How much more do you need to see? Okay, let's move on from head coach. Let's talk about Andrew Berry, a black general manager.
Okay, brother.
A black GM, unheard of, unheralded in the National Football League. He understands he ain't got time to be average now. Jimmy Haslam is on his sixth GM since 2012. Six general managers since 2012. Andrew Berry, he knows the writing on the wall. But let's keep it also real. Let's keep it 100. Jimmy Haslam, Andrew Berry, general manager, Kevin Stefanski, head coach, they didn't draft Baker.
Not your
so
guy.
as they sitting here looking at Baker, they're like, yo, we don't know this dude. This dude ain't with me. You can't keep rocking with Baker because he is going to bring the whole organization down. Now, you could argue the Browns organization is already down. Well, Baker was supposed to help it stay afloat. Get it afloat. Baker's not doing that. It's time sooner or later to move on if he don't show nothing tonight.
I agree with a lot of what you said, but I disagree in the summation. He's not playing for his job tonight. He's playing for the perception of who Baker Mayfield is in the NFL, his brand tonight. And I'm not talking marketing and all them damn commercials he keep popping up in when you can't ball.
I'm tired of it.
I ain't even jealous. I'm just like, that's kind of confusing. But I digress. He's playing for that perception, and you talked about this maybe a week ago when they want to put you in that box. Remember when we were climbing up in the ranks trying to become who we are right now? They try to put you in that box. Oh, Acho, you could talk college football only. Oh, Marcellus, you can only talk NFL football or even small school football. And you're like, nah, I could talk all sports. I could talk all things. But they will try to put you in that box, your words. They're going to put Baker Mayfield in a box really fast if he doesn't play himself out of that perception. And what is that perception right now? If you go by the comps, like you said, Baker Mayfield has played in 30 games right now. He's 12-18 with an 85 passer rating. Man, that's not that good. And then I looked in history and saw some comps. And I saw someone by the name of Christian Ponder who had the same record, 12-18. And how did that work out for Christian Ponder? Should he have been a number one overall pick or even thought of like that? No. And then I looked at Derek Carr, young Derek Carr, that was struggling to win games despite playing a little better at the position. 10-21 with an 84 passer rating. And that was a struggling Derek Carr. So you can't have the same amount of wins as Christian Ponder and playing like a young Derek Carr who still has to compete for his job today if you're going to be Baker Mayfield. You also can't be the same Baker Mayfield that's only 3 games ahead of the all-time, and I hate this word, bust, and Tim Couch. You can't be that guy if they're going to continue to invest in you, especially when you're not their guy.
When you watch this show, you're going to get some laughs, but you're also going to get some education. Marcellus, you know what sunk cost?
Yeah.
A sunk cost in business, in that economy, it's defined as money that has already been spent and cannot be recovered.
Yeah.
The Browns, if Baker loses this game, are going to have to look at Baker Mayfield as a sunk cost. Like, quit trying to recoup it. Quit trying to recoup the value. The money's gone. The pick is gone. You can't recoup the value anymore. But let's talk ball. AFC North. You got the Steelers. You got the Ravens.
Don't do it.
You got the Browns. You got the Bengals. If the Browns lose to the Bengals today, that would make the Browns the worst in that division. If you're the worst in a division that is not a top-flight division in football, how dare you continue to maintain your job? But furthermore, Joe Burrow right now should be a bottom 3 quarterback in the NFL. Right now. He's a rookie in his second start.
Right.
And his second start on a short week. Right now, Joe Burrow should not be a top quarterback by any stretch of the imagination. If Baker Mayfield goes out and loses to what should be a bottom 5 quarterback right now that is in your division, then Baker Mayfield is now the 3rd, 4th best quarterback in his division. You got to pull the plug. You can't keep riding this ship. You can't keep riding this horse. You got to pull the plug sooner than later.
Yeah, well, maybe we're out of our league because neither one of us was a number 1 overall pick, but we got a number 2 overall pick for you. Let's get LaVar Arrington in on this conversation. LaVar, is Baker Mayfield already playing for his job tonight?
Yes, he is. And I actually take the opposite side of your reasoning, Marcellus, is that because he is a public figure, because he has been in so many commercials and he has been exposed to the media and to the public at such a rapid clip, he's looked at and he's viewed, his exposure is much different, right? You think about this past weekend, Tua didn't do anything of any significance other than be on the roster for the game, right? Did anybody have anything to say about Tua not starting? No.
Nope.
You know why? No exposure, right? So when you look at Baker Mayfield and what he's walked into, he's had so much exposure that now he's connected to the court of public opinion. Public opinion has brought down government. It's caused wars. So what's Baker Mayfield's career in the comparison of what public opinion can do? I mean, we're looking at Black Lives Matter and Colin Kaepernick and all these different things. When you get that exposure, you are in a different level of judgment. So he's not going to get the benefit of being a young player. He's not going to get the benefit of trying to build up from having some failures in his career. He's got to play now. And you look at Joe Burrow, he takes a loss last week, but you're right. These are 2 of the cellar dwellers of the NFC or AFC North. And now he's got to show that a rookie number 1 overall draft pick hasn't lapped me or passed me up while I'm in my 3rd season trying to do whatever it is I'm doing in Cleveland. It's a bad scenario for him. It's a bad situation. He even admitted it himself that this was a wake-up call, which the wake-up call should have took place last season at some point. But his own words, he's got to play, and he's got to play well.
I respect that, but September 17th is not going to be on his death certificate. Like, if his career ends, it won't be tonight because you have to play him the entire year. Even Joe Thomas said that, despite having criticism of Baker Mayfield, the same guy who's thrown 10 interceptions in his last 7 games, the same guy who's lost 5 of his last 6 games, including 4 in the division. That same Baker Mayfield, most people think that you're going to try and get some return on investment. So you're going to let him play the entire year out. But here's the problem. You might be on the treadmill, and everybody knows about a treadmill. You're running in place. You're running, but you ain't going nowhere. And imagine if this slaps you in the face tonight, that you are at home playing another number 1 overall pick on a 2-win team from last year, and you are still on the treadmill if you get beat by that team. All that said, that will be a hard pill to swallow, but they will continue to take these hits up or down until this season is over.
Let's keep it real, Marcellus. And my final thought is simply this. The only reason Baker Mayfield is actually still starting is because he is, in fact, the number 1 overall pick. He's not starting because of talent. He's not starting because of potential he's proven. He's not starting because of his ability to galvanize the team. He's not starting because of his physical prowess. He's starting because he was the number 1 overall pick. How long are the Browns going to let 2017 or 2018, continue to haunt 2020? You can't let that continue to affect you. You can't let your decisions of yesteryears affect the present tense. But more than anything, I feel like there's no better way to end a block than with the Wileyism.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to regurgitate one of the greatest Wileyisms of all time. No one cares what you're doing until you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Nobody cares about the Baker Mayfield commercials. Nobody cares about the Hulus and the progressives and him running up and down the state. Nobody cares about all that. Until, Baker, you mess around and lose week 1 and look terrible. And then you lose on Thursday if you lose against the Bengals and look terrible. Now, all of a sudden, the whole world about to care.
Hey, Marcellus, you said something about he doesn't lose his job today, right?
No.
You use that paralysis by, what is it?
Analysis.
What is that you use?
Yeah.
You said analysis by paralysis. Well, how about diagnosis, right, by prognosis, right?
Oh, okay, we somewhere. Where are we?
He's been diagnosed. If he loses tonight, he's going to be diagnosed. The prognostication will take place sometime later down the road, but the diagnosis could take place tonight.
All right. Hey, look, it sounds to me in this culture, in this society right now, Baker Mayfield has pick privilege.